If you don't want your under eyes looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost, then listen up, okay? This tutorial is for you if you want to achieve that bright under eye without looking crazy in real life. I suggest you stick around. We'll get straight into the video. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, meet me in the comments and I will be typing away. I'm going to start off with a setting spray. This one is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Super Dewy Mist. And this is just to wet my face for my hyaluronic acid serum that I'm going to put on after. While my skin is still wet, I'm going to go in with my hyaluronic acid. This is just to provide some moisture, especially for under the eyes. I'm going to put it in my hands first. And start from the center of my face and spread it outwards. Go under my eyes like this. Don't get it in your eye, but I'm going to just massage under my eyes. Your neck as well. Don't forget your neck. I'm going to take the Garnier Vitamin C Serum. I'm going to massage that into my skin. I'm taking the Skin Food, and it's the Intensive Edition. You also want to emphasize this on your under eyes, so your under eyes are well moisturized, so that when you put your powder on, it's not drying out your skin. Now that we've done all our skin prep, I'm going to do my brows off camera. I know people are like, why do you guys do your brows off camera? Because I hate doing brows. It's not fun to film. So yes, I'll be back in like a few more minutes or a second if you're watching this. After your foundation, what you want to do is go in with a concealer that is almost the same shade as your foundation. I'm going to take the shade Deep Olive from the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer range. I'm running out of this. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of concealer. Lord God. I'm literally running out of all of my makeup at the same time. I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. Oh my God. I can't tell you where to place your concealer per se because everybody has different face shapes. But for me, I keep it as high as possible because if I apply my concealer too low down, it doesn't look good on me. I want a lifted look anyway. So I just keep my concealer as close to my under eye as possible. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of my concealer. This is crazy. You want to let this dry down a bit so you can have the coverage that you desire. The more you let a concealer dry down, especially if it's quite wet, the more coverage you have. So I'm going to let this dry down a bit and then we are going to blend it out. Okay, coolio. Now that we've let the concealer dry down a bit, let me zoom you in actually. Oh, I've reached the limit. Okay, we've let this dry down a bit, so we're going to start blending from the outside to the inside. What do I mean by that? We're going to take our concealer brush. This is from Makeup Revolution. This is the setting brush. And I'm going to just start tapping from the outside. Don't swipe. I've told you this before, don't swipe. I'm going to just tap, 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 tap. I'm going to look up and tap that into my creases. I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. And you really want to take your time with this. Everything to do with makeup as a whole, concealer, any step of your routine, you really want to take your time to blend. It looks like very pretty, very nice. As you can see, the coverage I need is right there. Now for the brightening step, we're going to go in with a brightening concealer. I'm taking the MAC Studio Radiance Concealer in the shade NC35. It's like 2-3 shades lighter than my actual skin tone. But because I've laid down a base shade, it's not going to make my under eyes look grey or ashy or scary, okay? I think I'm running out of this concealer too. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need new makeup. Golly, man. And I'm only applying this in the innermost corner of my eyes. I don't need it to be over here anyway, because when we blend this out, we are going to extend it, but we don't want too much of the pigment everywhere. That's how you make your bright under eye look good in person. So we're just going to let that dry down again and then blend. Same technique I used for the other concealer. We're going to tap from the outside, inside, outside, inside. Tapping motions only. Don't swipe. Don't do it. I'm going to tap like so. And if you want the highlighted areas to be more focused inwards, then you keep it inwards. If you want to take it out, you can take it out. But make sure you blend it well. Get into your creases. See, it looks bright, but not insanely bright. You can also go in with a beauty blender to make sure that your creases are blended in nicely. You want to use a light hand for this. Be gentle. Don't be too rough. You don't want to take away any more product than is needed. What this does is just make sure it makes sure that your creases are not creasing before you set it. That looks so good. Can you see it? Can you see? Beautiful, like butter. Now we're going to set our under eyes, and I usually take a translucent powder for this. Because of my skin tone, I go in with a honey toned powder, the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Translucent Honey. I really like this powder. First of all, I like the tone of this powder. It's not too harsh and it's not too yellow. It's like the perfect peachy honey shade. And also this blurs my under eyes really well. So this is what we're going to use to set our face. You can use any powder that you want already, but I would recommend going in with a translucent powder. I would also recommend the Huda Beauty. I have tried that before as well. It's really good. I would say go in with a shade or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, but don't do too much because you might look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. You'll also want to tap off any excess powder as well. And then look up while you're setting and tap the powder into your under eyes. That looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous. Now, I'm going to do the rest of my face and I'm going to come back and show you the next step, which is usually an optional step, but I'm just going to set our face with pressed powder. You don't have to do this step, but if you want that extra brightness and that extra matte look, you might want to do this. So I'm going to do the rest of my face and I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, so my whole face is done. I'm going to show you another step you can do to accomplish the bright under eye but not look crazy. I want to go in with the brightening pressed powder, your powder puff, and just apply that in your inner corner. See? That's very bright. Obviously, if you don't want flashback, you might want to skip the step, or if you don't need to go in super bright, you might want to skip the step. But then you can also just quickly blend that in with your brush. You can tap it as well, or you can swipe. Then melt it all together with some setting spray. And that completes the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Like I said before, meet me in the comments if you have any questions. Leave a suggestion to what video you want to see next from me. And I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye! Adios, amigos. Love. Alright, peace.